Okay, today we are playing a game on the Horizon Lunar Colony. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing D.Va the entire way through. We are also on the console today, if that matters to you at all. And our current team composition is D.Va, Zarya, Widowmaker, Reaper, Mercy, Zenyatta. I don't really have an issue with the team comp that much. I'd rather not have a Widowmaker, I'd rather have a McCree or a Soldier, just because they're slightly more consistent heroes. Especially on console, where I imagine there's a much greater variance between a good Widowmaker and a bad Widowmaker. But I don't really care about the team comp that much. It's fine, you know. I do care that we have a Reaper to go along with the Widowmaker. I would also feel the same way if Widowmaker was a Hanzo. I wouldn't really care if they were Hanzo. But I do care that we have a Reaper alongside the Widowmaker or the Hanzo, because they're much more likely to pick Winston if you have a Widowmaker or a Hanzo. So, but I don't really care about the team that much. So, we're gonna start now. We're defending first. Also, in your email, there was a specific piece of feedback you were looking for. I'll talk about that at the end of the game, because it's easier to talk about it there, with one exception partway through. So, let's just start the game now. So, we're up here. We're defending. Here they come. We're up. Somebody's over there. Who's that? Widowmaker? I don't know what Widowmaker's plan was. I didn't even know she was over there. Okay. Good. Great. That's also not a legal maneuver, what Reaper just did right there, where he just, decides he's gonna teleport right in front of the enemy team. Granted, it's only Widowmaker, it's only D.Va, but Hanzo's also starting to come around the corner. He could have probably just walked over there, but, I mean, whatever, I guess. So, God only knows what Widowmaker's plan was. It doesn't look like it went super well, but she has now killed 2 entire people. So, that's me shown, I suppose. So, they're missing 2 people right now. Now they're missing 4 people right now, so this push is not really gonna be doing too much for them. We're getting a little bit carried away right now, but we did manage to kill their soldier. Soldier's death is now pretty fucking staggered, so that's sick. However, Reaper's getting way more carried away with it. We also did lose our Widowmaker right towards the end there. But Widowmaker should make it back before too long, because she does at least have her hookshot for some mobility. And they still have to do some resetting, especially since we staggered soldiers so badly. But then Reaper goes and does that, which is not really okay, where he's just sort of walking towards the enemy team like that. We shouldn't be up this far in general. We are sort of encouraging this from our team as well, because we are our team's main tank as D.Va, and we're standing all the way over here, so our team is gonna feel more inclined to come and stand up here with us as well, so we are sort of facilitating this a little bit. Really, the Horizon is a really aggravating map to play on, where basically you just sort of stay on the point, and going too far away from the point tends to result in death. You can stand on, like, the high ground on the left-hand side, but you don't even want your whole team to be up there, because if the enemy team just, like, walks under you, you suddenly have to walk back onto the point into the attacking team, which is very awkward. So we don't really want to be anywhere near as far up as we were. But, we also got encouraged to go out there by, like, our Widowmaker, being at their spawn right at the start of the game. So, you know, whatever. So we lost our mech. We also just lost Mercy. Things are not looking too good right now. There's a lot of bombs coming in. We sort of get caught on the rock wall behind us, and we just sort of stand there and take those bombs. We were very likely to die regardless, but we made it easier. Like, it's kinda not okay to just sort of get hit by shrapnel coming through the doorway. We were gonna die regardless, but we did make it easier for them. So that point's gone. It's not to be. It's not to be. We're about to have a Torbjorn in the near future, I believe. Our Widowmakers just killed their soldier, so that's great news, because that's gonna make it hard for them to just snowball onto the second point. Because they won that fight, pretty decidedly, and they didn't use any ultimates to do it. So the fear is that they would just get a straight snowball push going in, but if they're missing their soldier, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to do that, because now their only DPS is Junkrat, which is a significant downgrade. So we do want to go up there and fuck with the Junkrat, but it's a little scary to do that because his whole team is up there right now. Here comes a lot of ultimates. We managed to break the tire. Did get hit by the bomb, but it didn't actually break our mech. We did, however, lose Widowmaker and Zenyatta. We've almost got our ultimate built up, and there's not, we just kind of want to stand on the point right now. Now Junkrat's coming in, and we do want to fight the Junkrat. Just, like, get on the Junkrat. Like, don't sort of just, like, sit back shooting at people long range, or, like, mid-range like this, because, like, he's too far away right now for you to really do any damage. Just, like, get on the dude's face. You've got shotguns on your mech, so if you're shooting at somebody, you just want to get on the dude's face, basically. And if it starts getting scary, well, you've got Defense Matrix and you can just hop away, but you've also got your ult built up right now, so there's basically no reason to be afraid. Just like, if there's a dude, just, whenever you're in a fight, pick the dude that you think is the most important person for you to focus, which is generally going to be like a long range, on high ground person, because that's your job to get rid of those people. So, like, Soldier, Junkrat, these people are probably going to be up there. McCree, Widowmaker, Hanzo. Pick the one that you think is the most pressing concern right now, the one that's going to apply the most pressure to your team, or is the most threatening to your team, and just get on that dude. Don't, like, do the thing where you sit kind of far back shooting at him. Like, it doesn't work. Your gun's very short range. Just get on that dude's face. You have a huge margin for error as D.Va for picking a bad engagement, because you can just hop backwards with Defense Matrix or shift away. And if you got your mech, you've got an even bigger margin for error, because you just get another mech. Unless you've gone way too deep and they just kill you, like, out of mech when you're using your ultimate. But just go on the dude that you think is most important. So we've just heard Soldier use his ultimate. Zenyatta used Transcendence, so it's not the end of the world that we don't go and, like, find him to put our Defense Matrix over him. But at the same time, when you hear Attack Visor, that kind of thing, look for it immediately, because it's your job to block it. Doesn't matter, because, like, all he ends up doing is breaking a turret, so it's not like he got that much work done with it. Here we go. Easy money. Put the ult right next to the Graviton. What can you do? Were we shooting at the D.Va in the middle of that? Because this is going to seem kind of nitpicky, but, like, you know, it can matter. Shoot at the D.Va in the middle of that, because these people are not going to get away. You want to try and break D.Va's mech before your self-destruct actually goes off, so you can kill D.Va as well, instead of just breaking her mech. It might seem kind of nitpicky, but it's something that can matter. And, like, the D.Va actually ends up getting a new mech and gets away from us. Going back to what we were saying earlier about just get on the dude's face, right? So we know D.Va's over here, because we saw her scamper away. Don't bother shooting at her from this range, because you're not going to do any damage to her. Like, look at how fucking big that reticle is. It's a fat spread. That's an awful circle. I'm drawing with a mouse. That's my excuse. You are not going to kill this lady unless you are the luckiest man alive and get just, like, the tightest spread ever seen. Hold your Defense Matrix over this person's face and just get right up on them. And then when you're, like, literally point blank on her, then start shooting her. Because you're not going to kill her doing this, and you just feed her a bunch of ult charge so that she can get in another mech. Just hold it over her, get closer to her so you actually can do damage to her, and then you can probably kill her before she gets into this mech. And she actually manages to get away. And if we killed her, she'd be so staggered compared to the rest of her team, it would be incredible. So, there was an opportunity there to make, like, a pretty big difference. And she might have still gotten away with it anyway, we don't know. But there was a good chance to actually, like, kill her, and then this push wouldn't even be happening at all. So, we're not really doing that much by, like, waiting down here, just kind of, like, shooting up at them, because we are still a very short-range hero. We do want to, like, chunk into this D.Va a little bit, you know, because she's got Discord on her. But, at the same time, that's kind of what your DPS are for. You should be looking more over this direction, because their tank line is also just, like, running away from them. Like, look how far up D.Va is. You should be, like, more actively looking for Soldier and Junkrat, because they're more of your area than the D.Va is. And we can see Soldier and Junkrat are, like, back here by themselves, so you could actually, like, get up on them and just, like, hold Defense Matrix over them instead, or just try and kill one of them if they don't both turn to help each other. And that's you're having a bigger because you want to worry about what your job is before you try and cover for other people, and your job is to fuck with long-range DPS as D.Va. So Junkrat's doing that. He doesn't get very far with it because, I mean, you know, he's just kind of rolling his tire straight at us. He doesn't get too terribly much done right there. So, again, we're not, like, really doing very much by doing this whole thing, what we're doing right now. We're actually just kind of giving them a bunch of ult charge because we're just sort of, like, walking around in the center of the point. Nobody's on the point, so we're not contesting the point right now. We're just walking around in this big open space, getting shot at by the enemy team. And that's just, we're not doing anything to them. They're shooting us, so they're just getting ult charge off of us. D.Va is really easy with certain tanks. D.Va is one of them. It's really easy to just be an ult battery for the enemy team, which is terrible because Overwatch is pretty heavily based around ultimates, so you don't want to just, like, give them free charge. We can't really, like, get up on them right there, because they're all, like, right on top of each other right now, but at the same time, just standing out in the open in the middle of the point that you don't actually need to be contesting is just kind of feeding them ult charge. So Soldier's using Tac Visor right now. Fly up in this dude's face. It doesn't matter what position he's in. If somebody on the enemy team is using a really threatening ultimate, like Tac Visor or High Noon, you fly up on that dude's face and you put the defense matrix squarely over his head. And even if you run out of defense matrix, still has to, like, shoot your body instead of actually shooting the squishier people. Get up on that dude's face. Defense matrix also has a really, like, fucking inconsistent and terrible hitbox where you can sneak a lot of shots past it. Just get on the dude. It doesn't matter if you lose your mech because you had to do that. Like, you don't want to risk your whole team getting killed by the ultimate. And he's actually killed both of our supports with it. So just, like, get on the dude's face. Even if you run out of defense matrix, just block it with your body. You're playing a tank. It's more important that you stop your other teammates from dying. So, we've lost our mech right now. Both our supports currently dead. I believe we get rezzed. Do we get rezzed? Yeah, we get rezzed. Alright, so now we get to get back in our mech and we get to try again. Mei is now dead. We now have a Mei, by the way. D.Va's using her ultimate. We just shift out of the way. Fortunately, like, despite them killing everyone, they didn't really kill everyone quite quickly and decisively enough. So, like, Mercy just had time to get back here and res everybody, and now we're using our own ultimates to swing it back around again. Great. Awesome. It's 2 CP. You know, you can get back out there pretty quickly. So they have a Hanzo. We do it really, like, that's what you do. That's what you do whenever you're trying to fight anybody. You get on that dude's face and you fuck with them. You want to kill that dude. D.Va is a tank that kills people. Or at least tries really hard to kill people. I don't just, like, get on them. So now they're trying to push in without one of their DPS. So this is not really what they should be doing right now. But it is what they are trying to do. So, don't worry about Lucio. Lucio is really hard to kill unless you're gonna be an absolute god and track him perfectly. Instead of trying to kill the hard-to-kill person, worry about the people who are still very important but are easier to kill. There's a Mercy and a Soldier over here. Instead of trying to kill this dude, he's hard to kill. Go bully these people. They're much easier to kill, but they're honestly more important than Lucio. Like, Mercy is easily more important, and Soldier is, like, debatably more important, but generally is gonna be more important. Don't worry about this dude. Go fuck with that dude. Go fuck with the Mercy that just walked right past you and is standing on the high ground by herself. Like, watch what this Mercy does. We've not gone back quite far enough. Hold on. Like, watch what this Mercy does. Mercy's right here. Mercy just walks right past us. Mercy's just standing over there on the catwalk by herself because D.Va jumped down and Lucio left. Like, kill her instead. So, Junkrat's doing that. That's not okay. Junkrat, like, he's playing Junkrat, so it's already bad, but, like, then all this nonsense is happening. So, here comes, like, a specific example. Like, I think it happens here. No, it can't possibly happen here. There's a specific example of, something I wanted to point out. Because in the email, you specifically asked for feedback about your callouts, which, I mean, I'm going to talk about mostly at the end, but there was one specific callout that really stood out to me, and I thought it was going to be there, but no, it's not there. It's soon-ish. So we're out of mech right now. It's between fights, so it's kinda not the end of the world. But at the same time, that does mean you're not going to be in your mech when the fight starts, which can be pretty bad if they start coming in with ultimates. There's not been very much we can do about that. As soon as we see the enemy, we get our mech back really quick. We're sitting back really far, just shooting at him. Great, awesome. So, Junkrat's over there by himself right now, because we've seen the entire enemy team over here. If you know that Junkrat's out of position, because he's over there by himself right now, he has to be. We've seen the whole team over there. At most, there's a person with him right now. Go kill that Junkrat. Go, like, that dude, he's not allowed to just sit over there by himself shooting at you. He's miles away from anybody helping him, and you can close the gap on somebody really quickly. Go kill that Junkrat. There should be no reason you die to the Junkrat, because, I mean, how could he possibly? You've got defense matrix. So, go bully that guy. And if things go terribly, you can just hop away from him with defense matrix, and if somehow complete catastrophe strikes, and he manages to kill you, you've got self-destruct to get another mech back if you really need it. Just go kill that Junkrat. He's not allowed to sit over there doing that. He should die for it. So our Mei has, like, walled us off, which is really inconvenient. It's coming up. Here, it's coming up pretty soon. So right here, I would just use my ultimate. And yeah, it's not gonna kill anybody, but you don't really expect D.Va's ult to kill people that frequently. A fight is, like, really about to start, and it's more important to me that you're in mech right now, because you don't want the fight to start and for you to not be in the mech. Because when you're not in your mech, you're basically dead. You're not a hero anymore. You're just waiting to get your mech back. It's more important you have your mech right now than that you have your ultimate. Because D.Va's ult is really bad, and D.Va in mech is like the actual hero. So, here it comes. So we hear fire in the hole happen, and we call out, watch for that tire, mercy. Watch out for that tire, mercy. Here's the thing. When you're trying to convey that kind of information, you want to get it out there as quickly as possible, and saying, watch out for that tire, mercy, takes a really long time to get out, and you don't actually convey the important information where the tire is coming from until right at the end of the sentence. And then you only say mercy, so they know your team knows roughly that it's near mercy, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything to them. When you're trying to convey something like that, it's like a really threatening ultimate. You want to get it out there as quickly as possible. So rather than watch out for that tire, mercy, you want to just say something like tire, right side. That's way faster, and it gets the information to everybody, not just the mercy, and you. Like, cause you know what you're looking at. Not everybody else necessarily knows what you're looking at, or where mercy is. So if you just say tire, right side, everyone knows where it's coming from, and everybody knows really, really quickly. So it's important to get the information out there as quickly and concisely as possible. You want to use as few words as possible. And it's just like, what it is, the side it's coming from, is all most people are going to need to know where it is. So, that's the thing that, like, really stood out to me, with the call out wise, but we'll talk about the rest of it later. That's the one that really stood out to me. So, now they're coming in. We don't have our mech while this fight is starting, which is bad news, but we've got other ultimates, so it doesn't matter, because we've just thrown in the Blizzard into the Graviton. Great, awesome. We tried to get the D.Va, the Mercy rather, doesn't work. We use our ult right here. We kill Lucio with it. Soldier's using Tac Visor behind you right now, and he's on the high ground. Winston's gone up there and dealt with it, but as soon as you hear that, you should turn around and start looking for him, because it's your thing to deal with, more than Winston's. So as soon as you hear Tac Visor, just, like, spin round, like, where is it? Do I have to deal with it? Then you see Winston's on him, and you know you don't have to, but you gotta check, because it is your job to deal with that. So... we did use a lot of ultimates to do that, and they've only got one push left, but they're staggering themselves right now, and Reaper actually kills a bunch of them with his ultimate, and these three people just, like, super staggered themselves. So even though we used a lot of ultimates to fend off that last push, it's not gonna matter, because they're running at us with no people right now, and they actually don't even make it. I mean, if, three people didn't just kill themselves when they didn't need to, who knows? So... middle part was edited out, so we're just immediately into the attacking phase right now. We've got, like, basically the same, that is actually the same team. So, great. Awesome. So, we've decided we're gonna go right-hand side. We talked about this with our team. And, it turns out that this is, like, a catastrophic thing to find. Because we just, blindly turn into this corner and find a lot of shit that's really hard to deal with. So, first off, we turn in here, we see this. Zarya gets hooked. You don't even know Zarya's getting hooked, you just see somebody's getting hooked. Hold the defense matrix over that dude, because you don't want them to get shot by Roadhog afterwards. Then, just shift around this room. Reason being, we've learned very quickly, there's a fucking lot of turrets in this room. And we want those gone as quickly as possible. Turrets only have 1 hit point. So if you just shift into this room and just like, all over the fucking room, you'll break every one of these turrets because they only got 1 hit point, and you want these fuckers gone. And it's actually the turrets that really fuck us on this push in, like, oh god, these turrets are doing a lot of work. Just, you want them gone. Just shift into the room, break them all. You want them gone. Because they're the thing that really makes it difficult for us to actually, like, advance in. So, hold defense matrix over Roadhog, then just shift around the room, break all the turrets. Alright, so we got routed pretty thoroughly. So the scary thing about what happened right there is that Symmetra did a lot of that damage. So Symmetra is really close to having a teleporter if she doesn't already have a teleporter. We are playing D.Va, so the teleporter is our concern, so we do have to, like, keep in the back of our mind that she's probably pretty close to having a teleporter right now. So go up here and get this Torbjorn. Because he's up here by himself right now, and I believe his turret is, like, right here. Go get him. He's up there by himself. You'll take him off the high ground if nothing else. Like, even if you don't kill this dude, you'll knock him off the high ground, and you'll get his turret. So, that's the important thing. Just go up there, get that dude. That's your thing. If there are people on high ground doing anything, and you're playing D.Va or Winston, that's your area. Go deal with that as quickly as possible, because that is very much your thing. Instead we just sort of walk on right past it. And, like, you know, and now he's just, like, behind us as well, so that's not really what we want either. But we could probably kill the dude, honestly. Like, Torbjorn's pretty easy to kill if you got shotguns. He's got a very big face, you know? So, Reaper has managed to kill 2 people. We're gonna help kill Mercy. We actually do kill Mercy. Great. So we've won this. We, you know, like, Reaper killed 2 people. Now Torbjorn's coming in a little bit late. He's coming in 15 minutes late with Starbucks. He's like, oh shit. He's like Childish Gambino in that one gif. He comes in with the, oh fuck, oh shit, the whole room's on fire. What happened here? So, you know, our team's leaving us behind, so we're capping this point really fucking slowly right now, but what can you do? And now we're going in. So we've almost got self-destruct built up. Self-destruct's a really bad ultimate, but I mean, it's nice that we have it, you know. It's good to at least have. It's there, you know. So, we're coming in, we're trying to help our Reaper get in on these people. We helped him get in. He's now Wraith forming into them, which is really bad procedure. I don't really like doing that kind of thing with D.Va, but it's actually really likely to actually kill people on Horizon because the point is so fucking open. But I don't really usually like just chucking the ultimate into the room because I find it tends to not really do very much. But this is an exception because it's a very open point. So Soldier's using Tac Visor. We are holding our defense matrix over his face. Zenyatta also uses Transcendence, so he's really sad. Oh, oh god, Symmetra, she's microwaving us. Oh god, we almost killed her, but then she, like, got away from us. Oh no, oh dear, oh bother. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If we had our ultimate, we could have used that so to actually, like, zone these people off when they were starting to come back in. Cause we didn't really do anything by chucking it in there. Like, we hit people with it, but we didn't actually, like, wipe their team or anything. We could have used it to get another mech back after Symmetra had microwaved us for a while, and then we could zone them off when they're actually trying to come into us, because, I mean, D.Va's ult is usually used for zoning. It is very rarely used to actually kill people, because it is far too slow and telegraphed. One of the hardest achievements to get in the game, kill at whatever number of people it is to get with self-destruct, really hard to do, because it's very hard to kill more than one person with it. High Noon was the same way, but they made that slightly easier to do. High Noon's still largely zoning, or for, like, picking off one person really out of position. So over there we can see a shield generator. It's in a really awkward position, but we do have to try and get that shield generator, because it's pretty strong, actually. So here's what I do. We used a bunch of ultimates during that last fight, so honestly we're probably not very likely to win this fight. I just go over there and try and break that shield generator, because we want that gone as quickly as possible. Turns out, Zarya dumps her Graviton over here. We've actually built up self-destruct again really quickly. We just use it here, basically just to get another mech, which is fine. we sort of make it a little bit easier for Soldier, because he actually gets the opportunity to almost kill us. Because we're backing away from it, and then we keep going. He could actually, like, shoot us around that corner, but he didn't. So, kind of made it a little easier for him with where we stood, but he didn't actually kill us, so. And we just accept our fate because we're dead, and our team is dead, so, yeah. The argument would be that you shouldn't use self-destruct right there, because it looks like you're gonna lose the fight. But at the same time, I don't think you didn't look like you were losing the fight decisively enough at the time. So let's go back and see. I mean, we've lost Mercy. No. I changed my mind because I looked back at the kill feed. No, you shouldn't use your ult right now. Changed my mind. Most of your team's dead. Mercy's dead. Should have just saved self-destruct. Keep an eye on the kill feed. Pretty important. I wasn't even looking at the kill feed, so, you know, whatever. But, I changed my mind. Should have held it. So as you can see, we haven't got very much time left, and, we got 4.5 minutes left. There are not 4.5 minutes left in this video, so things go pretty well. So, we regrouped. We've got a lot of medals. Good job, us. And now we're going back in again. We do still want to go up this way because we want to try and, like, get the high ground. Unless we're going to try and, like, get the whole team to go around the left-hand side and, like, get right on top of them. But that takes more coordination than you can usually expect out of solo queue, so whatever. So, we're coming in now. Shield generator, still over there. We still want that gone. You know, it is our job, but right now this is happening, so we're trying to help with this, Tracer situation. Half our team has not gotten the memo, and they're still going in while still trying to deal with the Tracer situation. Like, just, like, Widow is gonna finish off the shield generator eventually. Symmetra's actually making it really fucking difficult. Like, just go get it, honestly. Like, sacrifice your mech and maybe your life so that you get that shield generator. Because you're not gonna win this fight if you don't get that shield generator, and it's honestly reaching ludicrous levels right now. Because at one point as well, Widowmaker and Zenyatta were shooting at that shield generator, and they actually didn't get it when that was happening, and now they still have not got it. And it is, like, getting teleporters and shield generators is, like, on D.Va's list of things to do. Just, like, go get it. You need it gone. Like, you can't expect to win this fight while the shield generator is still there. You also know where it is. It's over here. If you go outside and go left-hand side and just, like, go a really long way around, you can just, like, pop out on top of the shield generator, probably break it before anybody even knows what the fuck. Like, Symmetra will know what the fuck, because she's probably still in the general area of it, but she won't be able to break your mech that quickly, because she has to actually build up her beam. Just, like, come around here, pop out there, break the mech, break the teleport, break the shield generator, and then just, like, get away. And, like, maybe you lose your mech, maybe you die. You probably don't, because if you just, like, pop out right there, they'll probably be too surprised to kill you that quickly. And D.Va does actually break teleporters and shield gens pretty quickly. They'll probably be too surprised to react in time, and you'll probably get away. And if not, you have to break it regardless, so it's worth sacrificing your mech/life to break the shield generator. Because then, like, she has to build up her ultimate again to get that one back, where it's gonna take you, like, 10 seconds to get back. Well, it's gonna take you longer. It's gonna take, like, 15 seconds to get back. Symmetra's gonna take longer than that to build up a shield generator. Because they've got a Torbjorn as well. Don't forget they've also got a Torbjorn. Everyone right now has 150 extra hit points. That's really fucking hard to deal with. We gotta, like, prioritize the shield generator more. So, Winston just, like, totally fucking threw his life away right now. Like, now the fight's, like, totally fucked. Just go get this shield generator. Don't worry about this dude. You're gonna lose this fight. You just lost both your DPS. If you haven't got it already, just try and get it. Just try and get it, because you know you're gonna die. Zarya uses this. That's, like, a tragic use of company resources right there. She had no way needed to use that ultimate, but she did anyway. It's really hard to kill people when they've got 150 extra hit points, believe it or not. Need to focus it more. Just go around the left-hand side right now. If you haven't already gotten it, just go around the left-hand side right now and get that shield generator. It's important business to deal with. So, we've almost got, self-destruct built up again. We also had self-destruct a couple of times. We could have just ulted right on top of it, honestly. Like, that's a fine use, honestly, of self-destruct. it breaks one entire more thing than you usually expect it to. Like, just get in here. Like, just get in there. You're doing nothing standing over in the doorway right now, and, like, Mei is pretending to be the tank right now. Just get in there and help your team fight. Go get that shield generator. Go get that shield generator still. So we use self-destruct. Go get the shield generator. Go get the shield generator. Doesn't matter, because Torbjorn doesn't want to touch the point. Oh, it'll just very suddenly ended. And we can see a great many things right here. What is this about? Oh, it's fucking Russian. Alright, whatever. Alright. Was fast to talk. What the fuck have I been watching? I mean, that's fair enough, I guess. What the fuck have I been watching? A lot of Russian stuff, apparently. Interesting. Alright, so, whatever. Anyway, let's get that out of our face. So, in your email, you specifically asked for feedback on your call-outs. I think, like, in general, like, it was fine. I feel like you could be slightly more active, because you don't really call out that many things. At the same time, though, I don't feel like there was that much to really call out, other than, like, fucking let's kill this fucking shield generator. So, I mean, I think it was fine overall, but it felt like you could have been more active, but I don't feel like there were that many more opportunities to do so either. The big thing from, like, the one, like, call out that really stood out to me is I tried to be as concise and quick as possible, because that's kind of the entire point of communication. You're trying to get it out there as quickly and as concisely as possible. So there's that. So I thought it was fine overall. Yeah, could be more active, could be more concise, basically. Was there something else in the email? Hold on, really quickly. I don't believe the way I'm playing is gold play. Please be the judge of that. Tell me if call-outs are doing of course, tell me how I'm playing. Honestly, I feel like this was gold. I feel like this was gold play because you seem very unfocused. You don't seem to quite know what your job is as D.Va yet, and you're basically just playing D.Va like, I'm a tank, but each tank does something different. You're trying to play D.Va like she's Reinhardt. But D.Va, you're meant to get up there in people's faces. D.Va's a very aggressive tank, because she can close the gap on people and start fighting. So I feel like it is gold play, because I feel like you're unfocused and don't quite know what your job is as D.Va yet. It's get in there, get fighting people, and, like, bully around long-range DPS, and, like, be really watching for ultimates that you have to be blocking. You're playing her like she's Reinhardt. You're just like, I'm a tank. And you're just sort of standing around passively with your team. D.Va's more aggressive than that. You need to be more proactive and more decisive in what you're doing. Like when we saw the Junkrat just chucking bombs over here. Like, go get the Junkrat. The D.Va, the Mercy just, like, walked right past us. Like, kill the Mercy. Just go fight people. Don't stand, like, mid-range, like, shooting at people with shotguns. It's not gonna work. Get on the dude's face. Fight the dude. Fight that man. Go shoot him. Go kill him. Show him that you're the boss. So, we've sort of, like, spilled out. So, like, the things that stood out the most in this game. Target prioritization. We're not focusing people we're meant to be focusing. Like, high ground, long-range DPS. Like, we watched, like, the Torbjorn right at the end that we just, like, walked right past. That's your job. Go get that Torbjorn off that high ground. Soldiers, like, standing up there, like, using tac visor. Fly up there. Get in that dude's face. Mercy walked right past us and we didn't change to her. We were still shooting the Lucio. Get the fucking Mercy. She's more important. You can kill the Mercy. She's more important. She's easier to kill. So target prioritization, you gotta, like, focus on the people that you're good at fighting, it's your job. Your job is to fight long-range DPS who are on high ground. You fill a similar role to Winston as D.Va, but you are slightly more, like, you're more tanky than Winston is generally. So, unless Winston has Primal Rage. So you have to go fight these long-range DPS who are up on the high ground. You have to you have to actually go out there and try to kill people. So, there's that. Just elevator music's playing in my mind suddenly. So, yeah, target prioritization. Be more decisive. It feels really unfocused. We're just sort of, like, looking around at a bunch of different things. We're sitting back really passively. We're just sort of like, oh yeah, I'm shooting at this dude now. No. pick a dude, right? Still trying to target prioritization, but like, it's being more decisive, being more proactive. You've got to go fight people. You see that Junkrat out there who's by himself? You see anybody out there by themselves, and you're good at fighting that person, you're good at fighting almost everybody in the game. As D.Va, there's very few people you can't fight. Go fight the dude. If he's out of position, go kill him. Dive on his face, kill that dude. Be proactive. Go out there and make. Don't just sit like on the point when nobody's on it and you're not contesting anything, looking up at the dudes like, oh, I'm gonna shoot at the dudes up there. No, like go, get on their back line, start fighting them. Go up there. You're not sitting back at like long range, chipping at people with shotguns. Yeah, if you can't go in, you just do that because it's filling space, but you've gotta be proactive as D.Va. You've gotta go and actually fight people. So be more proactive. Then the other thing is be watching for these important ultimates that you've got to block. Because there's quite a few times soldiers using tac visor, you don't try and block it. You don't even like look at the dude, right? There's the time Winston does it, you don't even look for the dude. Look for the dude. It's your problem. Even if like you think somebody else has got it, even if Zenyatta's using Transcendence, doesn't matter. Go get the guy, because you don't want to risk him killing somebody. Because he can, even if Zenyatta's using Transcendence, if Mercy's all the fuck way over there hiding, and suddenly he sees her with tac visor, he's gonna kill her, even if Zenyatta's using Transcendence. Don't risk it. Go block that important ultimate. Get on the dude's face, so that he can't slip any shots past you. And even if you run out of defense matrix, you can at least block it with your body. Right? So, you're a tank, blocking damage is your highest priority. Even if you're playing an aggressive tank, your priority is still keeping your team alive. It's just the tanks go about it in different ways. D.Va can protect people, but she's also disruptive and aggressive, like Winston is. So you have to actually, like, go and be proactive. You have to, like, get on the dude's face. You have to put it over his face. You have to go fight people. You can't play D.Va like she's Reinhardt, because they do two completely different things. So, those are the biggest things that stood out to me in this game. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you want me to expand more about, callouts or whatever, you know, I'm more than happy to. So, hope you found the video helpful.